what can we see you in. So let's talk about Sex and the City too. Did you shoot it already?
No, I went to. Well, I'll just tell you, I'm singing in the film.
Yay!
So I went to the recording studio and did the tracks. I'm not singing by myself. It's a very small part.
There are no small parts, only small actors.
But no, we actually start shooting tomorrow.
That's so exciting. For how long do you shoot?
For a week.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
Are you nervous to meet the girls? Are you excited to meet them?
I've actually met most of them before.
You have?
Yeah. So it's funny. Toby Parker is Sarah Jessica's brother,
right?
Who plays the goat in Wicked. Mm-hmm. And when I went back, I was like, "Oh, Toby, I'm working with your sis in a couple weeks," and he was like, "Oh, well, I'll email her and tell her that you're coming." So, so that's cool because she's actually the one I haven't met. But Cynthia Nixon, I actually got to do a little webisode with her one time.
Oh, I love her.
I've done a little acting work with her before.
Look at you.
I know.
Fancy pants. Any other TV or film roles? Would you like to do more TV and film?
Yeah, I'm always auditioning for TV and film stuff, There's only so much that actually shoots here in New York.
I know.
So, that's why you see a lot of Broadway people like on 30 Rock and Ugly Betty and Fringe and Gossip Girl. Mm-hmm. And, those shows shoot here in New York. So other shows, not so much, because I'm not ready to go to L.A.
I know. We need you in New York. How did you get your equity card? That's a question from Twitter.
How did I get my equity card? I got it doing Millie. I got it doing Thoroughly Modern Millie in Chicago. Yeah. Now,
people are asking about your Facebook or Twitter. Yes, you're on Twitter. Are you on Facebook as well?
I am. I only have like friends and family on Facebook. Mm-hmm. But Twitter is like a free-for-all.
It is.
Yeah. I just discovered Twitter this summer.
And are you obsessed like many friends of mine?
No, I'm not. They asked us to join at Next Normal because we were doing this whole tweeting the whole show thing, and they asked us to join. And I joined, and it's cool because it's just, that's what I like about Facebook is if I'm ever working on a reading or something and I'm bored, I will just read people's status updates because I think it's interesting.
I know, me too.
I haven't figured out how to follow other people on Twitter yet, but I feel like it's a good way to shoot information out, so I like that.
Now, we're getting people that are talking about being in high school or in college and asking about advice that you have for young actors out there. So, any tips for us?
Yeah. I mean, I would say, don't just do theater. I think that would be my best advice.
Do everything.
Do everything, and because it's very rare that you're going to be in a show where you're playing an actor or an actress, or you're going to be playing real people who are not completely consumed by musicals. You know what I mean? Yeah. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I listened to my fair share of cast albums when I was in high school, but when I was in college, I took psychology and anthropology and sociology and all those things, and I feel like they actually make you a better actor. So I would say live your life, fall in love, get your heart broken, all those things, because
it'll make you so much of a better actor, won't it?
And a better person.
Yeah.
So
I completely agree with that. What was your favorite subject in school? From Lauren. Shout out to Lauren.
I always liked math.
God, you're such a guy. You like math. Just kidding. I actually just met a girl recently who loved math, and I thought, really?
I loved math. Yeah, I loved math.
All of my girlfriends hated math. I found that women were much better at English, and I'm totally generalizing right now.
I just like math that there was always a right answer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can you either had it right or you didn't have it right, and as long as you followed all the rules, you'd have the right answer. I don't know. I like that about math.
Yeah.
But I was also in choir.
It's always black and white. There's no gray in math.
Singing, Yeah. So those are my math and choir. Those are my favorite ones.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Wait. Here we go. Hey, Kathy, it's Bob Johnson. Hi, Bob. My question for Kyle Dean is, when is he going to audition for Hair? And once he gets cast, will he run around on stage naked?
I have not auditioned for Hair. I don't know that I fall into that category of hair people.
No, I think you definitely could. I mean, you could be in that show.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I went and saw it. I went and saw it and I loved it.
Yeah.
So, I've never auditioned for it, so can't be in it, I guess, if I don't audition for it.
Now, Wicked Elliot, who is Savannah, how do you deal with the stereotype that musical theater guys are gay? Were you ever teased in high school?
Well, I mean, the stereotype is a stereotype because, I mean, honestly, it's true. And in high school, I could say it was actually really, it was a cool thing to be in the theater and the choir when I was in high school.
It was like that for me too.
Yeah, it was like that's what the cool kids did. At least either that's true or either I was so like oblivious to it all, I thought that was true. I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure because yeah. So we were never like really teased. So
Okay.
I don't know what to say.
No, that's a good answer. You weren't. Yeah, I love that. That's genuine. Phil Meacham says, "What's your favorite Starbucks drink?"
Just the black coffee.
Okay. Boxers or briefs?
I just
We're
get
getting
the
random
plain,
questions now.
I just get the plain coffee.
Plain coffee. Boxers or briefs?
Boxers or briefs? Normally a brief, but I've been known to have a boxer.
Dabble in boxers?
Just dabble in boxers.
Are you single or taken?
Taken.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're breaking hearts right now. Literally. Your favorite musical?
Assassins. I think we answered that.
Yeah,
one.
we did answer that. Your favorite musical right now that's on Broadway?
Oh, well, I don't know. I haven't really seen anything. Oh, I saw In the Heights. I saw In the Heights this summer, and I loved it.
Did you love it? I
Loved it.
love that show.
Like I freaked out over it. I loved it.
Yeah.
And I loved Hair. I don't know. I don't know. That's my answer. I have no idea.
Well, you're on Broadway, so it's kind of hard to see other shows,
It
unless they do like those special nights where, on and off
true.
night. Do you play any musical instruments?
I play the guitar and the piano.
Oh, the guitar and the piano. It's very sexy. Do you ever get starstruck?
Yeah.
And if so, by who?
Yeah, I can't remember who. Oh, Anne Hathaway. That's so weird. I was talking about her earlier. She came backstage at Next to Normal, and I touched her. It was weird. It was definitely weird. Like, I wanted to shake her hand, but her hands were full, and so I was like, okay, bye. And I just randomly touched her. I was starstruck by her. I can't remember. No, I don't think I get too terribly, like, not with Broadway people, because I think I see them so often at different, like, charity events and things like that. It's a very small community, so you kind of all get to know each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely touched Anne Hathaway.
I love that. I would probably do the same thing. Like, oh, I love you so much. Okay, I actually, you know what? I have an embarrassing story about being at a party with Denzel Washington. Not that I was like invited. I was actually a cater waiter at that party, and I saw him, and I was so taken that I was standing behind him, and I actually didn't touch him, but I was just inches away from him, feeling like I would, I don't know, like be inspired, like all of a sudden his amazing talent would shoot through my body. It was really embarrassing. And then his wife said, "Honey, I think the waitress needs you." And I ran in the other direction. I was so mortified. Okay, everyone, I love this. Everyone's saying that you're amazing, you're so talented.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so from Dorian, sideshow revival with you and Aaron as the I'm losing it. That was sort of interesting. Like, I guess that they wanted you to be in if they ever did a revival with you and Aaron.
As the two girls.
Yeah.
I'll have to tell him about that.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to. Do you ever collect your playbills at all?
Always. I've never thrown a single one away.
Me too.
I have every single one from when I first saw Will Rogers Follies on tour through Memphis. That was like the first one. I have every single one since.
I love that. Phil is asking if you watch Glee.
No, I don't. I actually auditioned for that show a couple years ago, and I remember thinking like, this show was never going to get picked up. And that was stupid of me, wasn't it? No, I haven't watched it.
It's so good, you should watch it.
I know. I honestly don't have too much time to watch TV. I have like one or two shows that I'll DVR and I'll catch up on them, but I just don't have that much time to watch it.
I love this. Somebody asked that you're so young, how did you establish such a great career by now?
Well, that's a very nice question, but I don't know. I've been in the business for 10 years, so
That's not that long. I mean, and to have the credits that you do, I mean, again, you've done so much Broadway, you've done film and TV. That's a lot. I mean, and honestly, to achieve Broadway, that seems like,
well, you know
for
what? Here's what I always tell people. Like, it definitely didn't happen for me overnight. Like, it was a very stair-step process. I mean, my very first professional job, I made $90 a week, and it literally was just like one step at a time. I did not skip any steps. I mean, I literally took every step all the way. So it wasn't like it was a very slow, gradual kind of climb, I guess you would say.
Um, okay, so someone's asking, what's the hardest thing about being a replacement in a show?
Were we already broadcasting?
We sort of talked about this
The
a little
hardest
bit.
thing about being a replacement of this show is that when you go into the show, the fans of the show and the people are expecting you to be just as good as everyone that's been doing it and
Right.
has so much character development over years of like workshops and previews and out of town things, and you literally you get 2 weeks and then you go, and so that's the hardest thing, is just trying to pick up where that person left off, and quite honestly it's impossible to do that. I mean, it just is. I'm not going to say it takes you 2 years to get there, but like it usually will take you like a couple weeks, you know what I mean, just at least to get into your groove. So that's the hardest thing. But if you're a replacement in a show, you're kind of like, all right, this show's a hit.
Yeah.
Like if it's running long enough to have a replacement, you're kind of like, okay,
I'm good.
this is a cool show. I'm good about being here. So.
Do you have any stage fright, and if so, how do you conquer it?
Uh, I don't think I do. I mean, if I have any kind of stage fright, it would be like nervousness because I know that there's someone in the audience that I want to have like a really good show for.
Yeah. Like
Um,
Anne Hathaway.
like Anne Hathaway, right? Or like if you screw up your words or lyrics in one part, you'll get a thing. For instance, like in Wicked, the very first time I went on for Fierro, there's a lot of fog in that show, a lot of dense fog. There are different kinds of fog. There's like a dense fog, and then like a mist, and then there's like a fog that kind of disperses. And the dense fog, it tends to condensate on the deck quite a bit, and so on the Wicked tour, it would puddle, like it literally would be puddles of water on the stage because of the fog. And I ran in with the lion cub cage and just slipped on that water and went down and sprained my ankle. I was out of the show for 2 weeks, and to this day, even though on Broadway we have stairs that we come down, like we don't even run in like that. I have a thing. I have like a thing about that part of the show, and I'm always nervous about it because I always just am extra careful and kind of slow.
Oh no. Okay, so we're going to be wrapping up shortly, but before we do, I've got some trivia questions. So to all of my bloggers, well, you're not really bloggers, you're the tweeters, the people online right now. I'm going to ask some questions, and the first person to respond, you are going to get a Broadway Space package, which includes a Broadway Space t-shirt, Broadway Space towel, and our new BroadwaySpace.com mugs.
These are cool.
I know, I love
Mario
them.
Brothers mug that look just like this.
Someone actually asked about Super Mario Brothers. I thought that was really funny. Yeah, do you have a thing with Super Mario Brothers?
Yeah, who didn't have?
I know, me too.
Yeah, that was like literally, I got a Nintendo just for that game. That was the only game I ever had. Like I never wanted another game.
Me neither. Like, Duck Hunt too.
Yeah, I had Duck Hunt, but I was like, who
just weren't into it. I just wanted to save that damn princess.
And I did over and over and over and over. I saved her over and over.
I love that, from that weird turtle creature. God, I love that game. I miss it. Okay. Sorry, I have a lovely cough. Okay, so what character did Kyle Dean play in the off-Broadway show Altar Boys? First person answer.